On Close-Up this morning, the investigation into the death of singer John Denver. Police and federal investigators are still retrieving what's left of Denver's experimental plane, hoping to discover what caused it to plunge into the Pacific. Lieutenant Carl Miller is with the Pacific Grove Police Department. Lieutenant Miller, thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Katie.
So tell me again, how much of the plane have you all recovered so far?
Yesterday at the hangar, they had approximately 25% of the airplane. More wreckage was recovered yesterday afternoon, evening, and that was taken out to the airport also.
And when do you...
First, if I...
Go ahead, I'm sorry. You go ahead.
Just I wanted to comment on behalf of the City of Pacific Grove. I'd like to extend our sympathy to the Denver family and all his friends and many fans. It's a tragedy, and we hope to a speedy conclusion to this investigation.
I'm sure they appreciate those sentiments, Lieutenant. Tell me when you expect the remainder of the plane to be recovered.
This morning, the divers will be going back into the water and hopefully recovering the engine, which is a main concern to the National Transportation Safety Board investigators that are here.
And then what happens after that?
Well, they will be conducting their investigation. They're very thorough, and we're here as support for them.
I understand that on the day or the evening that he crashed, he had made 3 quick takeoffs and landings, and then he had asked airport officials for permission for a full flight, and his transponder apparently wasn't working. Can you shed any light on that for us, Lieutenant?
No, I just heard the same thing, and he was in radio communication with the tower, but nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary is what we're being told.
Meanwhile, I understand this experimental aircraft was 10 years old. Will it help when you all are able to see the records as to who built it and you know, what kind of shape it was in and who owned it before John Denver did?
You know, that's really an area of expertise for the National Transportation Safety Board investigators, and we're just here to help them on site, so you probably should talk to them.
And very quickly, I understand toxicology tests are being performed. He had a couple of incidents with alcohol-related incidents. When will those results be available?
About 10 to 14 days, but I wouldn't draw any conclusions. Those tests are done routinely, and nothing that we're being told indicates any problem in that area connected with this flight.
All right. Lieutenant Carl Miller of the Pacific Grove Police Department, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It's 7:13 now. Here's Matt.
Katie, John Denver was an enthusiast for experimental planes. He was even featured in a promotional video for the Experimental Aircraft Association. But many questions remain about the type and safety record of the home-built plane that he was piloting when he was killed. Mike Dornheim is Senior Engineering Editor at Aviation Week and Space Technology. Mr. Dornheim, good morning to you.
Morning, Matt.
We call this an experimental aircraft. That's a technical classification, but these things have been flown by thousands of people. Tell me more about them.
It's a plane that has been a pretty well-proven safety record. Its safety is about the same as a Cessna single-engine airplane that you can buy, a certified airplane. If you go out and buy insurance for this Long Easy that Mr. Denver was flying, it would cost you about the same as for a Cessna 172.
But you talk about a pretty well-proven safety record. I understand since the 1980s there have been something like 61 crashes, somewhere in the neighborhood of 17 fatalities. It doesn't sound like the kind of plane I'd want to jump into.
I think the total fleet, I don't know the exact numbers. I've been told it's on the order